Good afternoon, everybody. Just another segment of Frankly My Dear. So yeah, man. I'm gonna try to just dive right into it. First, let me start by saying I am glad that the Thailand soccer team, the children, were rescued. Okay. Again, I repeat, I am happy that the kids were rescued. I am a father myself. I take great pleasure in the fact that they were able to rescue these kids. But now I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. All right. So let's ask. When this story first broke, I was like, man, like how in the hell did they get in a cave? Okay. I said, maybe it was like a bad storm and they had to go in the cave, trying to escape the rain. Maybe something was chasing them and they had to run in the cave. You know, they were scared, thinking they had to chase something. Thinking they had to escape something or getting eaten or something of that nature. Okay. So then, it's crazy because I Googled and I was like, how the hell did they get in the cave? That was my Google search. How in the hell did they get in the cave? Okay. And it's funny because evidently this is what a lot of people thought. Okay. A lot of people had that same question. And I actually go through a couple articles before I found one that stated the reason they were in the cave. Okay. First, let me say the coach needs to be prosecuted and needs to be placed in jail. That may sound harsh, but I'm going to tell you why. Okay? So, after finally finding the article, it looks like D took a trip, even when there are signs, and is known amongst the community, is known amongst everywhere that you cannot go in that cave during peak rain season. Okay? What do you think is going on right now, which I'm sure the coach knows since he's, I think, 24 or whatever, his whole life he knows this. It is peak rain season. It is a sign, they say, on the cave saying do not enter during peak rain season. Okay? And what did he do? He risked the lives of 7 or 8 children, knowing the consequences. Okay. And it ended up costing someone who was trying to rescue them their life. Meanwhile, he's still living and he's been rescued for making a dumb decision. Okay. Now, from what I saw, I think the boys' age, their range was from 11 to 16. I'm not going to fault them, man. They're kids, even though I feel like the 16-year-olds should have thought something was suspect about it. But at the same time, they just following the coach. Okay. So this to me is just, I associate this with just a issue I've always had with people that do these dumb, extreme things, putting their lives in jeopardy, being selfish, and things of that nature. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all a slight history, not really a history lesson, but I'm gonna give you my theory. Okay, my theory on why you see most people, most of them are not of I'll just say my ethnicity, stuck in these situations, stuck on a mount. Not saying that people of my ethnicity don't do these things, because I know it's some that do. I actually don't mind some of these things. I've known people who've done some of these extreme things. Okay? But most of the people that I know that have done these extreme things, either A, they just put themselves in danger, or B, they have nobody, nothing. They're single. They don't really have a family, somebody who's dependent on them to stay alive. Okay, so they can take these risks these risks fulfill them. People who are kind of empty, they do some of these things to fulfill them. Not all of them. Again, I want to say not all of them, but most of the people that I've known or that I've talked to that have done these extreme things, they're at a point in life where if something was to happen to them, they don't have anybody left behind who relies on them. Okay? So I feel like my ethnic group does not do these things as much or get caught in these dumb situations and these extreme activities because they live with danger every day. Okay? Danger of just being a black African American, whether you're a woman or a man in America, is dangerous every day, regardless of whether you feel that way or not. I'm telling you it is. Okay, so we have a tendency to not put ourselves in these compromising situations because we realize that we live through this kind of danger every day. And we don't need to create danger, which these people do, that do some of these things like going into that cave. They need to create danger because they aren't used to it. They need to create some kind of thrill in their life because they're not satisfied with their current life, or they want to have how do I put this? They want to experience struggle. Struggle that many in our community deal with every day. Okay, so they have to create an artificial struggle and they get attached to wanting to do these types of activities. Okay, again, I'm not taking a shot at people who do this, but I'm just trying to explain to you how this guy ended up with all of these kids stuck deep inside of a cave. Okay, I don't know his situation. I don't know. He could come from a poor ground. He could be dangerous over there. But I'm just saying, in general, this is what I've noticed. I've noticed most people who do that, that's the reason why. They have to create an artificial survival situation. Y'all look at these shows on TV. You rarely see those of my ethnicity on these shows like Naked and Afraid. What's the guy, Bear, I think it's Bear Grylls or something like that. All of these people, that's one of the reasons why that's just my thoughts on it. Okay, and I don't feel it's that far-fetched of an idea, but like I was saying, that particular guy who took these kids in the cave, he needs to be prosecuted. People have to realize there's a consequence to your actions. The consequence for him was almost death. The consequences for you all who do these extreme things and don't follow directions. You see a sign that says don't climb the gate, you might get electrocuted, you climb it anyways. You see something say you can't hunt here during this particular season, you do it anyways. You see something that say no swimming when no lifeguard is out here, you do it anyways. And then you're crying and want somebody that has sympathy for you and want it to be a national headline when you get in danger or you lose your life or you cost someone else their life. No, you cannot have it both ways. There are instructions for things for particular reasons. Okay? And just because you feel entitled or you're in a certain position where you feel the rules don't apply to you and you are invincible because you've never been placed in a situation where you had to use survival instincts, you had to use this artificial survival, you do these things. And he needs to be prosecuted. He needs to go to jail for a long time as if he killed the kids even though they were able to rescue them. Okay? Because he knew better. He knew it was peak season. He knew that that cave was deep. He knew all of these things, but yet he still did it. So he needs to go to jail. People who do these things, zero sympathy. It's a reason insurance companies have clauses and policies for people who do stupid stuff. Okay? But anyways, man, that's just my thoughts on it, man. I know some people ain't gonna agree, but that's it. That is what it is. That is the reason why this happened and why things like this normally happen. People put themselves in danger to create artificial survival situations because they aren't used to having to survive through tough situations and adversity. So they create it. And this is the result. But anyways, man, y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment. Let me know what you all think. Y'all have a productive, blessed day. I'll be back with y'all with another video later in the week, a little bit less serious. But take this, digest it, open your mind, listen. One.